Update 1. I didn't hear anything that night. The next morning, Ryan and I grabbed breakfast before work, and he helped me start looking at short-term rental options. I wasn't about to keep living with someone who'd pull that kind of stunt, but I also wasn't going to do anything illegal. Around noon, I got a text from Allison, WTF. We're on a break, not broken up. Where are you? I didn't respond. Let her stew in the uncertainty she created. After work, Ryan came with me to check on the apartment. Allison wasn't there, but the suitcases I'd packed were gone. I grabbed a few more of my things and left again. The next day, I spoke with Ted again about my options. He said that legally, the best approach would be for one of us to formally request removal from the current lease and sign a new one. The person staying would need to qualify for the rent on their own income. Given my steady job and perfect payment history, he was fine with me taking over the lease if that's what we decided. Allison finally called that evening, and I answered. Time to end the games, I said. You said we were broken up for a week, I replied calmly. I said, pretend it wasn't real. It was just a test, she stammered. A test you failed when you posted yourself cuddling with another guy after only 3 days. That wasn't. She said. Jordan is just a friend from work. She stammered. I don't care if he's the Pope. We're done, I said. She started crying harder. It was just a test to see if you cared enough to fight for us, and there it was. The real reason for this whole farce. Not a relationship reset, but a manipulation tactic to make me prove my devotion. All the pieces clicked into place. The weird mind games over the past few months. The manufactured fights that came out of nowhere. The constant need for reassurance. Well, good news, I said. It was a test, and I passed. I respect myself enough not to be with someone who plays games like this. You can't just break up with me over this, she said. We have a lease together. You can't make me leave, she said, shifting tactics. We'll talk about the lease, I acknowledged. I've already talked to Ted. One of us can take over the current lease if we both agree and the remaining person qualifies financially. Or we can both move out. Your choice. But either way, our relationship is over. Allison looked stunned that I'd already thought this through. So that's it? 2 years together and you're just done because of one mistake? She asked. This wasn't a mistake. It was a deliberate choice to manipulate me. And when that didn't work, to hurt me. So yes, I'm done, I said. Eventually, we agreed that I would take over the lease. Allison would officially move out, and I would be the sole tenant going forward. Ted drew up the paperwork the next day, and within a week, the apartment was legally mine alone. It cost me an additional security deposit and some fees, but the clean break was worth every penny. Over the next few days, Allison came with her friend Megan to collect the rest of her things while I made myself scarce. I had documented everything with photos before she arrived and after she left to make sure there were no issues. Over the next few days, the texts continued, swinging wildly between rage and pleading. I responded only to practical matters. When she could pick up her mail, arrangements for the lease, etc. After about a week, she seemed to accept it was over. Then came the social media campaign, vague posts about betrayal and men who can't handle strong women. Mutual friends started calling, asking what had happened. I told the truth, simply, and without embellishment. Most understood. A few took her side. I let them go. 2 weeks after the infamous test, I ran into Jordan, the guy from the Instagram post, at a coffee shop. He recognized me,